Welcome to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. And now, it's time for our story. Once upon a time, there was a barn owl named Jed. Jed the barn owl lived in a quiet English meadow where the grass whispered in the breeze and the stars twinkled brightly. Jed was one of 3 little owlets. He was the fluffiest one. His barn owl family had a home inside an old oak tree with a big hollow right in its middle. Jed had the biggest eyes, the most interesting face, and the noisiest belly. He was always hungry. "Mom, is it time to eat yet?" Jed the barn owl asked his mother, blinking up with his round, dark eyes. "Not yet, dear," said the mother owl, blinking sleepily. "The sun's still up." Barn owls sleep during the day. They're nocturnal, which means they are most active when the sun goes down. At dusk, when the sky got a little darker, the father owl fluffed his wings and got ready to fly. "Time for hunting," he said. "Voles don't catch themselves." And off he flew, the father owl gliding over the fields like a ghost. His wings didn't make a single sound, thanks to the tiny fringes on his feathers. He had super hearing, too. He could hear a mouse rustling under snow or a vole tiptoeing through grass. And tonight, the father owl was on a mission to feed his little fluffball babies. Back at the nest, the mother owl heard something at the top of the tree, and so she went up to check on what the sound was. The mother owl said to the owlets before going up, "Try to get some rest. I'll be right back. Father should be back soon with our meal." Jed the barn owl tried to nap, but his tummy grumbled. "Shh," hissed one of his siblings.
"You're louder than a woodpecker with hiccups."
"I'm starving," Jed moaned. "I could eat a whole badger."
"You can't eat a badger,"
said his other sibling.
"You can barely chew a beetle."
Jed the barn owl pouted and fluffed up his feathers. And he was just about to drift off to sleep when he heard something. It was like a sniff-sniff sound. Jed sat straight up. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. His siblings shook their heads. Then he heard more of the sniff-sniff-sniff sound. Something was out there. Something sniffly. Jed the barn owl peeked out of the nest hole with wide eyes and saw it. "A weasel," Jed squeaked. Now weasels are clever. They can climb trees, squeeze through cracks, and they love sniffing out nests. And right now, this one was sniffing out theirs. Jed the barn owl flapped his wings in a panic. "Sound the alarm! Weasel incoming!" His siblings scrambled.
"What do we do?"
Jed said, "We have to be brave and think of something." Jed tried to remember what his mother always said. "If danger comes close, don't panic. Make noise. Scare it away. You've got a loud barn owl hiss and screech. Use it." Jed the barn owl took a deep breath and let out the loudest, screechiest barn owl hiss he could muster up. It was so loud, the weasel froze. And Jed hissed again. And this time, his siblings joined in. They hissed and screeched, and down below, the weasel tilted its head, twitched its nose, and backed away slowly.
"This is not worth the noise,"
it said to itself, and slinked off to a nearby tree to get away from the noise. Jed the barn owl slumped back into the nest and said, "Phew, that was close."
"You were amazing,"
said one of his siblings.
"Yeah, That was so great,
said his other sibling. Just then, there was a flutter thump at the nest entrance. Father Owl had returned, and he caught a meal big enough for everyone. "Dinner time," he said. "Food!" cried Jed. Father Owl dropped their meal and looked around and asked them, "Why do you all look like you were in a feather fight?" Just then, Mother Owl came down from the top of the tree and said, "Hey kids, what was all that hissing and screeching I heard?" Mother Owl narrowed her eyes and said, "It seems like there was a weasel in here or something." Jed the barn owl puffed up proudly and said, "Because I scared one away with hisses and screeches and," he paused dramatically, "this face," and he made his most terrifying owl face. Mother Owl blinked. "You did what?" Jed said, "I made this scary face and the weasel ran away to the tree nearby over there." He pointed to a close-by tree where the weasel went to. "I think we scared it good." Father Owl smiled and said, "Our little owlet is growing up." And they all ate under the soft light of the moon. Jed, now full and proud, snuggled between his siblings. "I guess I'm a little bit brave," he whispered. "You're a big bit brave," said his sibling. And as the stars twinkled above, and the weasel finally went away from the barn owls, the barn owl family curled up close in their warm hollow. The night was calm once more, and the meadow was safe again, thanks to one little owlet with a big heart and even a bigger hiss. And the barn owl lived happily ever after. The end. The barn owl, or Tyto alba, are medium-sized owls, and they can be measured from 12 to 16 inches in length, and their wingspan ranges from 40 to 50 inches wide. Barn owls are from the family Tytonidae and the genus Tyto. This is different from most other owl families, which are called Strigidae, like great horned owls, snowy owls, and screech owls. Most of these kind of owls have round faces, while barn owls have a more heart-shaped face. The barn owl, or Tyto alba, is just one of several related owls in the Tyto genus, which are all often called barn owls or masked owls. These owls belong to the Tytonidae family and are found in many parts of the world. They're named by subspecies or classified as separate species depending on where they live and how different they are in size, color, and behavior. Some notable types of barn owls from around the world are the Western barn owl, which is the classic barn owl most people recognize, the American barn owl, the Eastern barn owl, the African barn owl, the Andaman masked owl, the Australian barn owl, the Galapagos barn owl, and the Madagascar red owl. Barn owls live in open habitats like grasslands, meadows, and farmlands. Barn owls don't build nests for themselves. Instead, they use natural or man-made spaces. That means they don't bring twigs or leaves or straw to build a soft nest. Instead, they may lay eggs directly on old owl pellets or bits of fur and bones they cough up. Over time, those pellets pile up and make a kind of soft and dry mat for eggs. Barn owls look for natural places where they can nest, like trees. You can also find barn owls in barn lofts, which is where they get their names from, church steeples, and cliff ledges. Barn owls can be found on every continent except Antarctica. Barn owls have a distinct heart-shaped face that funnels sound around their ears. Barn owls have asymmetrical ears, where one is higher than the other. This helps them pinpoint sound location, which is very helpful when they're focusing on something. Barn owls have serrated feathers called fringes that break up the air as they fly and gives them a silent flight. Barn owls' talons are sharp and curved, strong for grabbing prey. They can turn their heads about 270 degrees to look around without moving their bodies. That means they can turn their head almost all the way around. Barn owls are nocturnal, which means they're most active at night. They use their really good hearing and night vision to hunt in total darkness. Barn owls are carnivores. Barn owls like to eat small animals like voles, mice, rats, and shrews. They use their talons to catch their prey and often swallow it whole. Later, they regurgitate or spit up pellets made of bones, fur, and feathers that they can't digest. One single barn owl can eat over 1,000 rodents per year. Most of the time, barn owls usually find a mate for life. The female barn owl can lay 4 to 7 eggs in a nest. While she takes care of the eggs, the male hunts and brings food. Owlet chicks hatch after about 30 days and stay in the nest for around 8 to 10 weeks. Barn owls don't hoot like other owls. Instead, they make a screeching and a hissing sound. Have you seen a real-life barn owl before? If you have, where did you see it? Thanks for listening to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. Until next time, bye! If your child loves imaginative stories, I'd love to share my picture book, What Else Should I Eat? It's about a girl who's hungry and goes on a whimsical journey through a magical land of food, trying different kinds of food and exploring how they look, taste, feel, and smell. It's a fun way to show kids that eating different kinds of food can be exciting. The book is perfect for ages 3 to 6, and older kids enjoy it too. You can find What Else Should I Eat on Amazon and other online bookstores. Find all the details in the show notes.